Morning student, today's chapter, that is chapter number 5, that is acid, base and salt. This is the new chapter where we are going to study regarding what is acid, what is base and regarding salt. Most probably we will see about acid and base. So first one is introduction part. We will just introduction of this chapter. First, acid. What is acid? Have you ever tasted the juice of lemon or orange? What you have felt when you taste a juice, lemon juice, or we can say orange juice? If you tasted without adding any water or sugar, if you taste, what is the exact taste of that lemon juice or orange juice? It is sour in taste. What kind of taste? That is lemon juice. What is the taste? Lemon juice, lemon, that is what? Sour in taste. Why is it so? Why is it sour in taste? Because here, due to the presence of some chemical called acid. If it is any lemon juice or any materials or fruits or anything you taste, if it is in sour taste because of presence of some chemical called acid. What is that called? That chemical called acid. Due to the presence of this acid, you taste sour. You taste the lemon as a sour. A lemon consists of acid. The chemical nature of a substance called acidic. The material which contains acid is known as acidic substance. In lemon you can see, oranges also you can see, some grapes also you will find. So these are contains what? This contains acid. That is, if you taste, it is sour in taste. Also you have come across while taking a bath, you are applying soap. This soap, when the soap enters into your mouth, what is that exact taste of that soap? So you will feel bitter, not sweet. You will feel bitter. Why is it so? Because the chemical which is present in the soap is a what? Base. It is base. So if you talk about any soap that is bitter in taste, that because due to presence of base. The substance which tastes bitter due to the presence of base. The substance which you taste, if you feel sour, then it is presence of acid. So in this chapter we will learn about their substance. We will learn about the substance, properties and their uses. I will talk detail about this, their properties, how they originated, what is acid, how you can differentiate various acid. We will talk in this chapter, but in textbook it is not given briefly, but I will just explain regarding acid and base. I will briefly discuss in this chapter. It will take long, but I will talk about this briefly about acid and base, so that you have a clear idea regarding this acid and base. If you will feel easy to learn more about this acid and base, and easy to understand in the further classes or higher classes. So now talk about acid. One by one we will talk. Now we will talk about acid. What is acid and how it is derived? We will talk. So now we will talk about what is acid. What is acid? So the word acid comes from the Latin word called acre or acidus. What is that? Acre or acidus. ACIDUS. This is the Latin word from this. This means acre or acid means what? Acid means sour. What is that? Sour in taste. So acre means acidus means sour. So this acid derived from this word acre. In chemistry point of view, this acre and acidus is known as sour. From this word only this acid is derived. So if you find acid have a sour taste, most of the acid have a sour taste. So some fruits are there which will taste sour. What are those fruits? Some fruits like orange, lemon, these are if you taste in your mouth, what are it will give, it gives us sour taste, it gives us sour taste. So in oranges and lemons have what kind of acid? They have acid, but we don't know what kind of acid they are having. This lemon and oranges, they have citric acid. What kind of acid? Orange, lemon or orange have citric acid, CITRIC, citric acid. Citric acid, you will find citric acid. Lemon and oranges, you will find citric acid. If you taste them, you will feel sour taste. So if it is sour taste, then we think that there is acid is present. What kind of acid? Citric acid is present. If you taste regarding so curd, if you taste curd, what kind of acid is there? Lactic acid is there. Lactic acid is there. Talk about curd. Curd, if you taste, it is sour taste due to presence of lactic acid. That is, acid is present. What kind of acid? Lactic acid called. If you talk about beetroot or spinach, if you talk about oxalic acid is there. Oxalic acid is there. Oxalic acid. Got it now? Oxalic acid. So that is in sour taste. If you talk about any soft drinks, is it good for our health? No. Why? Because the drink which is harmful for our health. But since we like it to drink, have a drink of beverages such as carbonic acid, like Sprite, like Pepsi, Mirinda, these are all what? They have what kind of acid? They have this drink, cold drinks, they have carbonic acid. You will feel little bit sweet. They will add some sugar in it. Therefore, it tastes sweet. But most probably you will find like sour taste. That is carbonic acid, due to presence of carbonic acid. And you will find some in grapes. In grapes, what kind of acid is there? Grapes, you will find what kind of acid? That is tartaric acid. What kind of acid? Tartaric acid. In grapes you will find tartaric acid. Also some grapes contains this oxalic acid. So these are the various fruits or vegetables which contains acidic nature, acidic substance called different, they have different name. But among them, which are strong, which are weak, which are mild, which are mild, we cannot identify. So how we will identify which are mild, which are weak? We will study in this chapter. So some acids are there, however very strong acids. Strong acid, they are very strong and dangerous to handle. Some acids are there very strong, which cause serious when it come in contact with skin. It may burn your skin. Such kind of acids are there, very strong acids are there. So among them, sulfuric acid is one of the strongest acid. What is that? Sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is just very strong acid. Very strong acid. The sulfuric acid is very strong acid among them. So sulfuric acid is very strong among them. It is also one of the most important acid. It's also very important acid because from this acid it is having vast application, vast uses in our day-to-day life. It is used in the manufacturing of what? Why this sulfuric acid is very important? Because very strong and very useful in our day-to-day life. Very strong. The sulfuric acid is used for manufacturing of fertilizers, some chemicals, we can say some chemicals, manufacturing of fertilizers, chemicals, petroleum product, and and also iron and steel, and iron and steel. These are metals. These are metal. Iron and steel are metal, but with the help of sulfuric acid, they use to manufacture this iron and steel. Got it now? So fertilizers, chemicals for fertilizers like sulfuric acid is used for fertilizers like urea, potash, phosphorus acid. So this fertilizers, chemicals, some chemicals, petroleum product. Got it now? And also iron and steel. So this sulfuric acid is very useful. They are very strong acid. They are very strong acid. If they come in contact with any metal, they may damage. They may damage that material. They may corrode that material. Corrosion may take place. So they are very powerful acid. We will talk about which are strong acid, which are loose acid. Why they are strong, why they are weak. We will talk about that. So other strong acids are nitric and hydrochloric acid. Other strong is nitric chloric acid. Other strong acids are what? These are strong acids. Strong acid. If you talk about strong acids are sulfuric acid. Another one is hydrochloric acid. Another one is nitric acid. These are strong acid which make hydrochloric acid in the stomach. This help also, this hydrochloric acid which are produced in our stomach. Already we studied in digestive system in human beings. This hydrochloric acid also produced in our stomach, which is also a strong acid which will help in digestion of our food. If you take a list, and one side you take substances, and other side you just name them and test and write their names. It is sour test or bitter test. If it is sour test, it is considered to be a acid substance, or it is a bitter test, it is considered to be a base substance. We can say base substance. So how this acid is classified into various, according to the classification of acids have been classified into 3 types. Acids are classified into how many types? These are 3 types. Acids are classified into 3 types. In book it is not given, but in book is shortly given, because acid, what is acid, what is base, how it is derived, and it is how we will indicate by testing. By testing we can identify the nature of the substance. It is acid or it is base. But every substance we cannot test. Some substances are there which will be harmful, so we cannot test every substance. So therefore we have alternate option to indicate whether that is acid or base. We use indicator. What is that? Indicator. We'll talk indicator. This indicator is used whether the substance is base or acid with the help of some natural indicators are there. There are also some artificial indicators are there. So we'll talk about that one. But what about acid we will take? Just have an idea. On the basis of origin, the classified on the basis of origin. On the basis of origin, that is 2 types. On the basis of origin, there are 2 types of acids are there. That is mineral acid. Another one is organic acid. What is that? One is on the basis of origin. Origin means start, from where it is derived. So this on the basis of origin, there are 2 types of acid. That is mineral acid, another organic acid. Mineral acid are those acids which are derived from which are minerals of the earth, which are prepared from the minerals of the earth. Whatever from earth, whatever minerals we get from that minerals, this acid are manufactured. Those acids are known as mineral acid. Organic acids are those acids which are prepared from the plants and animals. Origin are called organic acid, organic acid, organic acid. So these are derived from mineral from the earth. These are prepared from minerals from earth, from the earth. Here these are derived from plants and animals. So acids are classified on the basis of their origin, that is mineral acid, another organic acid. Mineral acid are those mineral acid which are prepared from the minerals of the earth, are called mineral acid. Organic acid are those acid which are prepared from the plants and animals origins, are called organic acid. So in the basis. So now next is on the basis of the number of H plus ions produced. On the basis of number of H plus ions produced. Most probably acid contains H plus ions. So it depends on how we categorized into strong and weak acid. Strong and weak acid are categorized on the basis of this H plus ions. This H plus means this is hydrogen ion. Hydrogen plus ion. This is proton. We can say positive means proton, negative means electron. So this is H plus ions is hydrogen ion. So what happen in acid, you will find there is a hydrogen ion. So what are based on this on the basis of the number of H plus ions produced, this can differentiate the strong and weak acid. So in this, based on this H plus ion produce the strong acid. Second one is weak acid. Based on strong acid, weak acid. What is strong acid? Strong acid means the acid which dissolve in water and dissociate completely. Dissociate means it dissolve completely. When you take in one cup of acid, what happen? Some 5 ml of acid, and you just mix in water. If it is completely dissolved and dissociate dissociate with water and completely to form a large number of H plus ions, are called strong acid. What happen when you take an acid which will dissociate completely and forming a large number of H plus ion. These ions are forming large number. A large number of H plus ions forming means that is a strong acid. What is simple? So strong acid means the acid which will, when you dissolve in water, it dissociate completely and producing and forming a large number of H plus ions are called what? Strong acid. Large number of H plus ions. Here forming large number of H plus ions. When you dissolve in water, got it now? So what happened? What about weak acid? Weak acid is completely opposite to the strong acid. So what happened here? Weak acid, if you dissolve in water, what happen? If you dissolve in water, they do not dissociate completely. They do not dissolve completely. They do not dissociate completely and produce less amount of H plus ion. So they give less number of hydrogen ions, are called, they give less number of hydrogen, large number, they produce less number of hydrogen ion. They give less number of hydrogen ion. Those are weak acid. What are the examples? Strong acid. If you talk about strong acid, that is HCl, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, phosphorus acid. These are all strong acid. Nitric acid, I already talked about sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid. These are strong acid. What are weak acid? Weak acids are like acetic acid, then lactic acid, oxalic acid. Most of the organic acids are weak acid. We talk about organic acid. These plants are organic. These are lactic acid, oxalic acid, citric acid. These are all what? Weak acid. These are all weak acid. Compared to these strong acids are sulfuric acid, which are mineral acid, which are manufactured from minerals. These are mostly mineral acids are strong acid. Mostly organic acids are weak acid. I hope you understood on the basis of number of H plus ions produced, they are categorized into two types. Strong acid. Why will not strong acid? When you dissolve in water, what happens? It is dissociate. It dissolve completely in water and producing large number of H plus ion. H plus ion. Suppose if you take a HCl. HCl means hydrochloric acid. HY hydrochloric acid. What is the chemical formula of HCl? Talk about HCl. If this is dissolved in water, it dissolved in water means it dissociate into what? Cl minus and H plus ions. This is dissociate into, they will split when you mix in water. What happens? Cl minus negative, chlorine negative, H plus ion. They will dissociate. They will break into two compounds. That is, one is Cl minus ions, another is two ions, that is H plus ion. So here H plus ions is removed. So what happens? This hydrochloric acid, if you dissolve in water, this H plus ions will be larger number compared to other. In water also H2O is there, hydrogen and oxygen is there. They will also dissociate. They will also combine with this chlorine and hydrogen. But this H plus ions are left outside. Large number of H plus ions are formed. So therefore they are strong acid. So weak acid means less number of H plus ions are produced. These are on the basis of origin and on the basis of the number of H plus ions produced. And also it is and the third one is on the basis of strength. On the basis of strength, this is very important. On the basis of strength, they are also classified. First one is what? On the basis of origin, that is mineral acid or organic acid. Second one is on the basis of H plus ions produced, that is strong acid or weak acid. Now on the basis of strength, on the basis of strength. On the basis of strength, third one on the basis of strength. On the basis of strength. On the basis of strength, two types of acids are there. One is concentrated acid. Another one is dilute acid. What is that? Dilute acid. Concentrated acid, the acid which contains very little or no water, called concentrated acid. Percentage of acid is more than this acid. Percentage of acid. So what happened? Concentrated acid means what? Concentrated acid means what? Here the acid which contains very little or no water. The acid which contain very little or no water. Very little or no water in the acid is called concentrated acid. They are what? Very strong acid. Dilute acid means these are what? These are regarded as a strong acid. So these are very strong. The concentrated acids are strong acid. So they contain very little or no water in it. In that acid, the percentage of acid is more than the percentage of water, or almost nil. Content of water is almost nil in the concentrated acid. Therefore, concentrated hydrochloric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid is concentrated means no water. Dilute acid means here the acid in which percentage of water is more. Percentage of water is more. Percentage of water is more in dilute acid. Here therefore the acid is weak acid, we can say weak acid. Can you make this concentrated acid into a weak acid? Yes, by adding water. They can be add water and make a weak acid, like dilute sulfuric acid, dilute HCl, or concentrated hydrochloric acid. So concentrated. So before writing anything, they will write like this: CONC, concentrated HCl, or DIL, dilute HCl. Why they will mention this dilute and this concentrating? because this indicates that concentrated means presence dissolve of water, means content of water is very less or very little or no water is content present in this hydrochloric acid. If you took dilute means presence of water, percentage of water is more in this acid, therefore dilute, which are weak acid. So the prepared by adding acid into required amount of water. They are prepared by adding water in the acid in a required amount of water. So these are acid can be strong or weak. The acid which is sulfuric acid and nitric acid are strong acid, which where carbonic and acetic acid are example of weak acid. Carbonic acid, drink carbonic acid is there, nitric acid, this lactic acid also there. Lactic acid will find in curd. These are weak acid. Sulfuric acid, nitric acid are very strong acid. So this is how this classification of acids are. First one is on the basis of origin. There are mineral acid and organic acid. Mineral acid is derived from the minerals from the earth, are called mineral acid. Organic acids are which are derived from the plants and animals. For example, plants what acid will get, like oxalic acid, like lactic acid. These are plants acid, or we can say tartaric acid. Got it now? These are plant and animal acid. So these are organic acid, we can say. So on the basis of the H plus ion produced, there we studied about what? There is on the basis of that is strong acid and weak acid. Strong acids where the more number of H plus ions is produced when it completely dissolve in water, when it completely dissolve. And but weak acid, they will not completely dissolve in water and produce less amount of H plus ion. Therefore they are called weak acid, such as acetic acid, lactic acid. What is now? These are called lactic acid. These are called oxalic acid. These are called weak acid. And if you talk about strong acid, that is sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, and nitric acid. These are strong acids. So on the basis of strength also, we studied on the basis of strength, concentrated acid and dilute acid. Here concentrated means contain very little amount of water, or no water in the acids. Those acids are also strong acid. They are known as therefore concentrated acid. Dilute acid means percentage of water in that acid is more. They are prepared by adding more percentage of water in it and preparing the dilute acid. Got it now? So these are the how it is classified of acid. You have just have an idea. So if you don't understand, look again this video. Got it now? So you will have a clear understanding of what is acid. Got it now? So next we will study about the little bit about the properties, and we will go for base, and base we will study their what is base and their properties, and how we can what is the properties and uses of this base and acid. Thank you.